In this video, we're going to be reviewing our cruise on the world's largest cruise ship, Wonder of the Seas. Hi guys, it's Shipface here, and in this video, we're going to be reviewing our cruise on Wonder of the Seas. So we spent 7 nights on the world's largest cruise ship, going from Barcelona. We went to places like Palma de Mallorca, Marseille, La Splitza, Civitavecchia. Did I say Marseille?
No.
Oh, Marseille as well. And we also went to Naples. And we had a sea day back to Barcelona. So it was a standard 7-night Mediterranean cruise on the Oasis class.
On this cruise, we stayed in a Central Park balcony room. We had like a extra balcony. It was one of the ones which were larger for the same amount of price as a normal balcony room, which was quite a little good find by you.
Yeah, and I really like the Central Park room. I've had it before on Symphony of the Seas, and it is one of my favourite rooms I've had on a cruise ship, because it's just a bit of a difference. I mean, you can't... Okay, I know more ships are coming out with the internal balconies, like MSC has just come out with their new ship, and obviously Icon's going to have the internal balconies, but I think it's quite unique. Well, as the Oasis class had it, it's a bit different than what you can get everywhere else on a ship.
Yeah, and it was just really nice when we were sitting on our balcony playing cards, because if we were, like we said, if we were doing it in an ocean view balcony, the cards would be flying everywhere because it'd be so windy.
Yeah, because we were playing cards like 10, 11 o'clock at night when it was normally pitch black and windy outside. So
and the Central Park was just so pretty, like especially at night time with all the lights, like it looked really nice.
We even watched a wedding from our...
Yeah, I was about to say that.
from our balcony.
That was very cool.
Yeah, someone had a little private ceremony in where like the trellises are.
Yeah. It was very, very pretty. I was very jealous, and
you
kept telling me off for staring.
You were just staring, and I was like, let's just carry on with cards. But yeah, I would 100% recommend the Central Park balcony with the extra bit of balcony.
Especially if you're going as like a family as well, because then there's more space for you all to spread out. Like for 2 of us, it was a lot of space.
Yeah, they could do a bit more with that space, so they could have like even deck chairs.
Yeah.
I know it's not a suite, so you're not in like, they don't say like if you get like a junior suite you can have.
But it was just a lot of empty space.
Yeah.
Like, it had potential.
So like other people put their suitcases. I've never seen people put suitcases on their balcony. Normally they go under the bed.
Yeah.
But I did a whole review about the room on another video. I'll put a link to it in the description below, and that's got all the room numbers to the extra balconies, so definitely if they're available, 100% pick them up, because they are just the same price as any normal one.
Yeah.
So yeah, Central Park balcony, a good room.
And the room was really, really nice as well.
Yeah.
Like it had so much storage.
But
the bed was so comfy.
The same with Wonder, every door is magnetic.
Oh yeah.
So I know the wardrobes are normally magnetic, but the toilet door was magnetic, and you would try and like close it gently at night, and just you get so close to bang. It was just like it was hard not to. So you have to watch out for that. And the doors were a bit different on Wonder. The actual main door, and it didn't close.
Oh yeah, it didn't.
Like
close
normally
properly.
they slam close, but it didn't slam.
Yeah,
so the
just
bathroom
make
door
sure your
slams.
doors close properly.
The normal door doesn't.
Because when we were walking down the lobby bit, a lot of the doors were actually still open. Like, what's it called when it's on the...
I was just... Well, it's just like the little clips through, they just don't close fully. So you just double check that your door's closed, leaving and going into your room.
Yeah.
So, little top tip from Shitface. So now we're going to move on to the food on Wonder of the Seas. And you are spoilt with choice. The world's largest cruise ship, it has so many restaurants. I think 24, 26-ish. So many bars, so
you'll never be hungry.
You will never ever be hungry. So we're going to start off with the main dining room. We had an amazing experience in the main dining room. We had an amazing waiter and assistant waiter.
Yeah, Rosaranda and Kaio, shout out if you're watching this.
Yeah, they were amazing. We spoke to the waiter about the cruise ships he's been on, which he's been on Independence.
And we just got to know like about them and their background, which was really nice. And the fact that how many months have we been off the ship now?
Like 4.
And I still know their names.
Yeah.
Well, I'm awful with names.
I think yes, they were... with Royal Caribbean, I always like the service on Royal Caribbean. We've had lots of good waiters across all the cruise ships we've been on, with Independence, Adventure, not really Anthem, because that's when they had the changed dining, but they've changed that now. So it's not surprising that we had good service, but this especially was one of the best services we've had.
Yeah.
Well, I've had on a Royal
I
Caribbean
say
ship.
it's par with when we went in the yacht club.
Yeah.
Like the service that
And
we got in the yacht club.
you have to even pay an extra £1,000 a night for the service.
The yacht club dining room service was on par with the service in this main dining room. Like they were just so friendly, like so chatty and just so nice. And the head waiter, when he came around and asked us for like feedback, he asked me to rate the food, and I thought 8 was good, so I was just like an 8. And he was really offended, wasn't he? He was like, "Why not a 10?" Like what?
He was funny though. He also worked in Our Loco Fresh, and every time we'd go out for lunch, he was always like, "Oh, my favourite people."
It was like the beautiful couple.
Yeah, it was the staff.
And he kept asking you when you're going to marry me.
Yeah, everyone was doing that. Yeah, and then with Wonders, he's been the world's largest cruise ship. We're going to move on to Windjammer, the largest windjammer at sea. We didn't actually eat there that much because there's so many.
We went there twice, I think.
Yeah, we went there for breakfast.
That was.
But we went. That was because we were going on a short excursion.
Yeah.
And then we went there for lunch because of the mess up.
Yeah,
with
and
Hooked.
that was really, really nice. We had beef, I think.
Yeah, we had this beef kind of loin thing. It
was delicious.
It was
actually.
really nice food. We only really ate there once because we were just going to Park Cafe.
Yeah, that is the best.
But yeah, the Windjammer, when we went in there for breakfast, it was kind of busy because they hadn't opened the other half.
I know, it was crazy.
But for lunch, you had a choice of tables. We sat by the window, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then so we'll move on to Park Cafe. Park Cafe is where we ate the most. They always had a soup of the day. They had wraps. They had a beef sandwich. People who go on Royal Caribbean know about the beef sandwich, and it was.
You loved that.
It was.
It was delicious, but you were obsessed with that.
Yes. And then we also ate an El Loco Fresh a bit.
Yeah.
I wasn't that keen on it.
It was just a bougie Taco Bell.
Yeah, that is pretty chill. I was going on with like this free Mexican, which I like Mexican food, but it just wasn't great. I don't know if it's because that's the time we went, because we went when it was quite busy. So we waited for our food. We waited in the queue for ages. I don't know. Yeah, I just wasn't that impressed.
We waited in the queue for ages. No.
I was taking pictures
I
of
stood
cruise
in the
ships.
queue for ages, and then you rock up, and we're like right near the front of the queue, and then you're like, "Oh, I've not got a plate or whatever."
Yeah.
You didn't wait in any queue.
Sorrento's pizza.
That was nice.
Standard amazing pizza that they normally have in Royal Caribbean. They've changed it a little bit, the pizza, and it's nicer than it was before. So I would that was definitely better.
True pizza.
And they also had little so when on Independence they have the beef sandwich and they have pies in Sorrento's. Don't know if that's because it's going from the UK. But in the Sorrento's on Wonder, they had cold, we had mussels, prawns,
some potato things.
So yeah, they had lots of different stuff, which it was quite nice to try.
Like a cold deli thing.
Yeah. So that was very interesting. And I just realised we didn't really talk much about the main dining room in the food in the main dining room. That was good as well. We just talked all about the service, but that also does make the main dining room.
We were a bit greedy one night.
Yes, we had in the main dining room. We had 5 mains ourselves. Yeah.
No, not ourselves.
Together.
No,
together. Yeah.
Together. We're not that greedy.
No. Yeah. I mean, he just wants to give us food.
Yeah, we'd finish it and he'd be out with another one. I think partly that was because I've never seen the main dining room so deserted. You said that's what Royal Caribbean's like.
From the UK, the main dining room is packed.
Yeah.
On the
and I've only ever gone from the UK.
And you haven't done Royal Caribbean. It's the first time.
Yeah.
You've done. But when I've gone on Symphony from Barcelona, the main dining room was deserted. In this one, main dining room was deserted.
It was really weird. It was just empty the whole time. It was just
it was a bit busy on formal night.
Not really. Our waiter had 3 tables in his section. Us, the people next to us, and old couple. But that was literally it. But I think that's because they must pre-make so much food that they just don't want it to be wasted.
Yeah.
So they just give it out so that there's not so much waste.
Yeah, because we had it was lobster night. I had a lobster.
Oh yeah.
Then you had the fish in the middle. Then you had your beef. Then you had lobster, and I had a lobster.
It's because I've never had lobster before, but I've always whenever I've tried it, when you've gave me a little bit, and it's been delicious. But just having to get all the skin and the bone or whatever, how you call it, shell off. I did not want to do it. So when the guy did it for you, I was like, oh, he can come and give me one then.
Yeah. But yeah, the food
Deconstruct the lobster for me.
The food was absolutely delicious in the main dining room. And then we ate at a few specialty restaurants. We ate in the Mason Jar. We had for brunch.
Oh, yeah.
I had the waffles and...
I forgot about that one.
The waffles and the fried chicken with syrup and honey.
Yeah.
It was okay.
You ate none of that. You ate like one piece of chicken.
Yeah, because it just wasn't... It was interesting. I wanted to try it because it's something a bit different, but it wasn't that great.
And I had a cinnamon roll thing. It's okay.
Yeah, we had the brunch. It was...
I think it was partly our fault. Like, we didn't really use it to its advantage.
Yeah.
We did go for breakfast before.
Yeah.
In Johnny Rockets, because we love Johnny Rockets.
It was the last night. Oh, yeah, Johnny Rockets as well. There's so much food options on there. I can just keep
So we ate at Johnny Rockets, and then we went to Mason Jar.
Yes.
So we weren't even hungry.
Well, we ate
so that's not a fair analysis. So therefore, we have to go back to Mason Jar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Johnny Rockets, we didn't actually eat there for the lunch or the dinner. We ate there for breakfast, and it's complimentary on the Oasis class, and it's delicious breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And the service in there was amazing.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, they were amazing. Johnny Rockets. They would recognise that we went literally like 5 times out of 7.
Yeah. It was just nice and quiet. Like on the boardwalk was so nice. Like
it was outside.
Yeah, it was just really nice.
Yeah, and then the last specialty restaurant we ate in was Wonderland.
Best of last.
Yeah, so they it was a really cool. I did it years and years ago on Anthem of the Seas in 2015, and I wanted to try it again. Obviously, you wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And yeah, this
it was just gorgeous.
Yeah, the restaurant's a lot better on Oasis class than where it is on Anthem. So I had a really nice. The starters are the ones that you're not like test food, if you know what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah. Like just unique.
Yeah.
Or
but as soon as you get to the main.
What are they called? I can't remember what they're called. Just strange food.
Yeah. Well, as soon as you get to the main course, it's actually really delicious food, and the dessert.
I think you had pork, didn't you?
Yeah, it was cooked amazingly.
I had beef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cooked
amazingly.
Amazing. But yeah, so when they show all the weird food, those are only for starters and they're only nibbles.
Yeah.
As soon as you get to the main course.
And they're fun, like it gets your like senses going.
That tomato shot thing they did.
That was vile. I was sick, but I would 100% do it all again because it was fun, and seeing you pull the weird faces was worth it.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all.
Oh, and the pudding though.
Yeah. I said the puddings were good.
Oh yes, it was very good.
Yeah,
it melted in front of me. It was very pretty, and I got a picture of the Mad Hatter.
Yes. So yeah, we'd 100% recommend doing Wonderland.
Yes.
And Johnny Rockets for breakfast. That is what we think you should do on a Wonder of the Seas.
So now we're going to talk about the entertainment on board Wonder of the Seas, which I must add was incredible. All the shows were like Broadway level, like the talent was just impeccable. So the 3 shows which they had on board, well, they had more, but we only saw 3. One was called Effectors, which was shown in the Royal Theatre. Effectors number 2. And then the next show was shown in the ice skating rink called
365.
And then the final show, which was the best one, was in the Aquadome, which was called Intense.
Aquadome, wrong ship. Aquatheatre.
Aquatheatre. Sorry, cruise ship nerd. So that show was by far the best one. Like, we tried to watch it twice, but it got cancelled on the last night because shit was too rocky.
Yeah, and that one is the first all-female crew.
Yes, girl power.
Apart from there was one boy in ours, but I don't know if he was just filling in.
Yeah, someone must have gone off sick or whatever, or got injured.
Because someone did fill in.
Yeah.
But
it should have been.
Yes. I think the entertainment on board here on Wonder of the Seas was really good.
Yeah.
The ice skating show was amazing. The Effectors 2, I haven't seen the Effectors 1. That's not Odyssey of the Seas. I thought it was really good. They have like a drone that goes across the whole crowd.
Yeah.
And it's a theatre show, but it uses all like
It's very strange. Like, it was very different.
Yeah.
It wasn't my favourite one, but it was still good. Like, the talent was still good.
Because normally on the ships that come to the UK, it has like a Broadway show. So Anthem here at the moment has We Will Rock You. We've had Independence. It has Grease.
Yeah, it would have been nice to see one of those.
I've seen Harmony on Symphony. No, wait. I saw...
So
what?
Harmony on Symphony.
That makes no sense whatsoever. On Symphony, I saw Hairspray. I don't know how I got that confused. Ignore what...
They were thinking for H, it's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, okay. So overall, I thought the show was good.
Yeah,
but
and you normally find the shows boring because you've done so many cruises and you think that they're all the same.
Oh, the ice skating... I say the ice skating shows, they have different music. It's all the same moves. But you wanted to go and see them, so it's fine.
Yeah, and then they fell over and that was quite embarrassing. For them.
Oh, no, yeah, the dress got caught in someone. So
but they carried on and they kept it going.
But seriously, the diving aqua show was literally the best show by
Go watch
far.
that.
Make sure, because like you said, it got cancelled on the last night because of shit rocky. So make sure you book in.
It was literally awesome. Like they were diving from such like heights, and they were like their timing was all like immaculate. Like it was just 10 out of 10 Broadway level.
And yeah, so all the entertainment was on the Royal Caribbean app. You could just go on there. We booked it like an hour, 2 hours before the show.
Make sure to pre-book your shows. That's a very important thing, because otherwise all like the good seats got taken, and then they had all the seats that were left over were in the splash zone. And if you sit in the splash zone, you do get very, very wet. So all the people that didn't book had to go and sit there.
Yeah.
And they were all sat.
And even if you reserve, just get there get a drink and get there 20, 25 minutes early. You could literally, you have anywhere
someone
to
comes
choose.
around to get you drinks, which is really good.
Yeah. But yeah, just go and chill there 20, 25 minutes early before the show time, and you get the best seat.
It's definitely worth it. It will pay off.
Yeah. But you can go and book everything through the app. So make sure before you're on board, you can check. You download the Royal Caribbean app.
Yes.
So yeah, I think
But entertainment was a big tick.
Yeah.
And there was so much stuff to do on the ship as well. Like
I did the football competition.
Yeah, I just sat there and took pictures.
Yeah. Laser tag.
Yes, that was cool. The queue was very long.
Yeah.
But it was worth it. It was very fun.
The
rock climbing.
Yeah, we did the rock climbing, zip line.
You got to the top. I was too scared.
Yeah, the zip line.
Yeah.
Mini golf was being refurbished while we were on board.
Oh yeah.
And I do have to put it out there. That is the worst mini golf course out. It looks probably the best.
It looks cool.
It looks amazing.
Good photo opportunities.
Practicality of being a golf course, 0.
Yeah, but who cares about that? It's just a bit of fun.
Like, you would have the start bit where you'd have to hit it into the whale's mouth, but the hole is only a meter that way. Plus, it doesn't even.
And I did have a baby on the course the whole time.
Yeah, they
were following us
Royal
around.
Caribbean on that one. Normally the one on Indy's good, but on that one they definitely went over visual over practicality of being a golf.
Yeah, but there's so much else to do. It's not the end of the world.
I know. I just want to sate it. If you're looking forward to play mini golf, it's not really a great thing to do.
But I did get a picture inside the whale's mouth, which was cool.
And then
what else is there? Flow rider.
They had different rules on flow. I didn't get to do surfing because I had to ask at the desk and explain why I wanted. It was really weird. I just
health and safety has gone a bit
I just stayed
crazy.
But my friend was on Anthem at the same time, and he just got to do surfing. It's really weird how different ships have different rules, but it doesn't matter.
You still had fun.
We just did the boogie boarding, which I had fun doing.
I was awful. I just kept getting pushed around by the two people.
We had the carousel. You did the arcade. We spent £200 in the arcade-ish on basketball.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, there was just so much to do. They had the Bionic Bar. We didn't do that. We just watched people pay for it and watch them do it.
Yeah. The Rise and Tide bar
kind of pointless.
was rubbish.
Yeah, it's just to fill the gas.
It was just boring.
Once you've done it once,
it was so slow.
Yeah.
And £10 for a gin and tonic. I was fuming.
Yeah. So there's so much to do around the ship, and also all the pools and all the hot tubs.
Oh yeah.
The water slides, the ultimate abyss. There's just so much to do. So you don't get bored at all. And then also all the places it stops in when you come off and on. It's just, yeah, Wonder Seas is a really cool cruise ship to vacation on. Yeah. So we 100% recommend. So much to do. And the thing about it, we didn't even do any stuff for if you're as a family for the teens and kids club. I filmed a little bit of it. I didn't film much of it. But there was so much. They have whole deck 14. The whole front of the ship is just there. And they have different levels. They have a cinema, a science lab. And then the teen club had their own sun deck.
That's cool.
I never got that when I was a teenager on the ship. But they and then they have their own living room area that's completely blocked off to adults and stuff. So there's so much to do on there as
very
a teen and families. So that's all of our thoughts of Wonder of the Seas. We think it's an amazing holiday, and we even won the Wonder of the Seas quiz on board. So that shows how much we know, or I know about it.
Wow! I actually knew a lot of answers.
Whatever. But yeah, we won. We
We're
actually
a team.
We turned up for one quiz. We smashed everyone out the park, and then
And all the oldies were looking at all the Karens.
Probably thought that we cheated, but we just know.
We're just ship nerds. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, overall, Wonder Seas amazing. Would 100% recommend.
Yep.
To go on that ship. It's now back in Florida in America doing the Caribbean cruises. So I hope everyone in America has fun on it. Very jealous. Next year we're getting Symphony.
Yeah.
And we're getting Oasis the year after, just announced. So, well, we can see.
We have lots of cool holidays.
Yes, but we booked Icon, so we can't.
And we're going on Virtuoso as well.
We're going on Virtuoso. We're going on Anthem and the Royal Caribbean. So there's lots of reviews and ship tours coming out of the future of more. But Wonder of the Seas was an amazing cruise.
Yes. We had a lovely holiday.
Amazing holiday. So would 100% recommend Central Park Room as well. Johnny Rockets for breakfast. Download the Royal Caribbean app. That's all I think our top hints are.
Suitcases on the balcony.
No, that was weird. I thought, no, don't do that. Under the bed. That's for the best way. There you go. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching.
Yes, thank you for listening to us waffle.
It's what was I saying? Like and subscribe. I just hit 600 followers, so that was amazing. Thank you everyone again for subscribing. I'm also on Instagram and on TikTok. Link will be in the description below to go and follow those social media platforms. Thank you for watching. It's been Shitfaced here, and I will see you guys in the next video.